Hello everybody. Yesterday my new book came, Recovery in Motion, and I'm so excited about this. I wrote it because I'm a survivor of trauma, quite bad trauma, and what I noticed was amongst my friends was that their body would be signaling things to them and they just couldn't read the language of their body. So I wrote Recovery in Motion because it helped me, the tools in here helped me recover. I wouldn't say I'm 100% over, but I'm a lot better. And I was having conversations with friends who were having screaming symptoms and they just had no clue how to connect that up with what their body was telling them. For example, a friend of mine was seeing a man and she couldn't eat, she couldn't sleep, and she was so anxious and she thought that it was love. And I'm saying, no, that's your body telling you, run away. And she was like, oh, yeah. And she made that decision and she was a lot better after that. Now, this book is 2 6-week series in getting in touch with what your body's telling you. So there's all sorts of really easy pictures to look at. To explain what's going on in your body. And big writing, I don't know, I'm really long-sighted these days. And I seem to have picked a massive font, but I don't even know if I could read that without my glasses on. I might just have a bit. No. So no, I cannot read that without my glasses on. But it's nice big text anyway, and it's all color-coded, so you know which week you're on. So we have all the different weeks and more pictures. So it's very, very simple. So that's the first 6 weeks, and then you get to the second 6 weeks, and there's another picture. I think I'm still on the first 6 weeks, am I? Have I missed the page? Oh yeah, so we moved from Recovery in Motion to the sweet spot. And now the sweet spot, and I've done really massive font there again. That's probably the biggest failing of this book. So he would talk about the sweet spot and that, whatever it says, I can't read it from here. Welcome to your nervous system journey. So this entire book, the 2 6-week series, are about regulating your nervous system and getting in touch with what it means. And it's a really pretty book, and reflection pages and more big font. Sorry about the big font. I don't really think there's a problem with that. You know, I struggle with tiny writing. You know, shampoo bottles. You're in the shower and you're going, is this shampoo or conditioner? No idea. Just can't read it. Can't get the lid off either. But that's another story. So yeah, again, another color-coded week. So this is such a practical tool. There's week 6, red. It's such a practical tool for getting you better. And then there's all notes and stuff at the end for reflection as you go through each week. And this has been such an interesting journey for me to go on in my recovery from PTSD, basically. And you know I'm a therapist, you know I have all my friends are therapists nearly. I have all the tools, I have all the therapy, and I was still having PTSD symptoms, constant flashbacks and stuff like that. And I worked out that it wasn't about individual incidences, it was about the whole. If you look at an individual incident, say, of trauma as being like, say, a weed in your garden, and you pull the weed up, you can recover, go back and recover. That's fine. But that wasn't the case for me, because it was like the whole terrain, everywhere I looked was on fire. It was a bit like looking at the upside down on Stranger Things. And so I thought, well, there's no good. Those sort of therapies are all very well and they're wonderful. I've used them a lot and they really help for individual things, maybe. Well, definitely. But they weren't touching the sides of what I was experiencing with flashbacks and stuff. So Recovery in Motion is born, and it's really helped me, and the process is in there, not be in a state of, you know, all that flashbacky stuff all the time. So I've got through that. I did have a moment yesterday and I thought, oh, I haven't had one of these for ages. So that was quite an interesting one. But yeah, so this has really helped me get back in touch with my nervous system, learn the language of our nervous system so that we can hear what our body's telling us, because I think as humans, we've lost the ability to do that. And this is putting it all firmly back on the map. Recovery in motion. So let's retrieve ourselves from that and let's get back to where we need to be. Recovery in motion, available on Amazon and also on my shop, which is brainbuzzshop.com. And I will put links below. Any questions, get in touch and enjoy the book. It's going to help you.